This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me a very shiny LG Insight, a new Windows Mobile device for AT&T. See, it has a very basic slab form factor. It's a resistive touchscreen display here. It's a 240 by 400 pixel resolution. Few controls, just the combination end call and power button here and the send button here. Volume on the left, a micro USB connector for data and charging on the left side. On the right we have a spring-loaded three-way scrolling device, a micro SD memory card slot, dedicated lock button, and a dedicated shutter button. On the back is the 3 megapixel autofocus camera, and it has a very shiny and somewhat satiny chromed finish on the back. You can see it's very reflective. It doesn't get too dirty looking though from smudges, so it's got that going for it. Nothing on the bottom except chrome. Up top we've got a real 3.5mm headphone jack, which is nice. While the LG Insight doesn't include a built-in stylus, While the LG Insight has no built-in stylus or stylus silo or anything like that, LG includes a little attachable stylus on the outside. It attaches to a loop here on the left edge. It's telescopic, it's reasonable in use. It's just not particularly practical to have one of these things dangling around. Samsung uses the same kind of thing for the Omnia, but in the Omnia's defense, the Omnia is quite easy to navigate with a finger. The screen's larger, it's easier to grab on-screen controls, the fonts used are larger. At least the Insight does have this scroll wheel, which mitigates the problem a little bit, but in general the LG Insight is too difficult to navigate without a real stylus. Could pull up the display, hit the power button. You can see a nice LG customized view of the world. This is the Today screen. Uses standard Windows Mobile main menu with this nice Today screen layout with quick access to a couple different features, like messaging. You can see your unread messages here. You can turn Wi-Fi on and off. It's all meant to be used with a finger because there is no stylus with this device, but I have to admit that everything's a little small. It's a little hard to get to. Even the main menu here. There are ways to make those menu items a lot larger on HTC and Samsung to do things like that, and LG really needs to do that. Finger scrolling. It's an odd finger scrolling though. It can be, once you stop, it kind of stops and becomes a select function. It's weird, so it really only scrolls as long as you're actively moving. Works pretty well though. You can see we're getting weather from our local area. You can turn off and on those informational pieces down there. Go back to the main menu, Programs menu. You can see the applications that are there. It uses NetFront for a browser as opposed to Opera. We're on a Wi-Fi connection in my house right now. I don't need that Express Mail thing on there, so I can tap on that to remove it, or I can try to. Continuing theme here, everything is too small. It is really difficult to use this. I don't like using a stylus, but this is a device that really seems to need a stylus. See, there's some gesture support in the device. You can change the sensitivity of it. Not sure exactly what gestures there are yet. You can see that we received a text message. There's a notice at the bottom of the screen. You can see we're using a 20-key keyboard here. This is another reply. Now you have to use the function key in order to get to the period, which is kind of annoying. And then the message is sent out. You can also use the QWERTY keyboard for this as well. Annoyingly, you kind of have to tap on the keyboard control to get it to come up. Still has the previous word selected. I have to delete that out. It's a little slow. In fact, the device overall is kind of slow. Has some nice basic features to it, but you'll hear that message show up on my other phone in a second. And there it is.